The stars above Earth were quiet that night, shining as they had for millions of years. But something extraordinary was happening in the galaxy. Far beyond the reach of human eyes, representatives of the Galactic Council gathered on the floating city of Thalor Prime, a planet-sized station orbiting a dying sun. The council consisted of the most powerful civilizations in the galaxy, beings with technology and knowledge humans could barely imagine. They had heard of humanity, a species small and young, yet stubborn, creative, and surprisingly resourceful. "The humans," said Counselor Verne, a tall, silver-skinned being with eyes that reflected the light of 3 suns, "are ready to be brought into the galactic fold. They have achieved so much in a short time. But will they accept our guidance, or will they insist on their independence?" A deep hum filled the chamber. Counselor Quora, from a water-based species, replied, "Their independence is legendary. They will not give tribute easily. But we must remind them of their place. Submission ensures survival. Rebellion brings ruin." The council debated for hours, each representative presenting ideas on how to approach the humans. Some suggested subtle guidance, gifts of technology, and trade deals. Others proposed direct pressure, even force, to ensure humans complied. But in the end, the decision was unanimous. The council would send an official envoy to Earth with a formal offer. On Earth, life continued as usual. Cities sparkled under electric lights, and humans slept peacefully in their homes. Most had no idea that their planet had caught the attention of the galaxy's most powerful beings. But soon, this would change. The day the envoy arrived, the skies over major cities turned a soft, shimmering blue. It wasn't an invasion, nor a storm. Ships, immense and silent, appeared in Earth's orbit. They glowed with strange colors, their surfaces reflecting the sun like liquid metal. Governments quickly scrambled, military satellites tracked the ships, and defense forces went on alert. Yet there was no immediate aggression, only observation. A global broadcast followed. The voice that spoke through every device was calm but alien, synthesized, and clear. "People of Earth," it said, "we are the Galactic Council. We come to offer a place in the galaxy's collective, under our guidance. In exchange, we request a token of tribute. This will secure your safety, prosperity, and recognition among the stars." The message caused shockwaves across Earth. Politicians, scientists, journalists, and ordinary citizens watched in awe and fear. Tribute? Guidance? Safety? The words were simple, but their implications were massive. Humanity had never encountered anything like this. The leaders of Earth convened in an emergency session. From the President to the United Nations representatives, everyone debated what to do. Some argued for acceptance. The technology, protection, and recognition could propel humanity far beyond its current limits. Others argued for caution. Giving tribute meant submitting to alien authority. Humanity had always valued freedom. Even in small ways, could they surrender their independence, no matter the benefits? Dr. Lena Khatri, a renowned scientist and member of the Earth Council, spoke first. "We must think carefully. This offer may seem generous, but the Council has rules we do not understand. Tribute may come with hidden obligations. Once we agree, we may not be able to refuse. Are we ready to give up our sovereignty?" General Marcus Havel, the commander of Earth's defense forces, added, "They may be powerful, but humanity has faced challenges before. We survive because we adapt, because we fight, and because we never give up. We should not bow before the unknown just because it is stronger." The debate continued for hours. Experts from every field presented opinions. Economists worried about giving up resources. Technologists dreamed of alien knowledge. Philosophers questioned the moral cost. In the end, one point became clear. Humans could accept the offer, or they could refuse. There was no middle path. Finally, after much discussion, the Council of Earth leaders representing nations, scientists, and thinkers gathered for a historic broadcast to the Galactic Council. The world watched as humans spoke directly to the stars. "We, the people of Earth, have considered your offer," said President Elena Vasquez, standing with representatives from every continent. "We acknowledge your strength and your wisdom. We respect the achievements of the Galactic Council and the civilizations you represent. But we cannot give tribute. We will not submit. We will earn our place among the stars through our own actions, through our own work, and through our own courage." Silence followed. On Earth, people cheered, cried, and stared in awe. But far above the planet, in the council chambers of Thalor Prime, alien delegates gasped. Some stared at each other in disbelief. Others whispered urgently in languages humans could not hear. Councillor Viren's voice was low and measured. "They refuse. They have said no. This is unprecedented. Never has a species of this level of development declined our guidance. What does this mean for the galaxy?" Councillor Quora leaned forward. "It means they are bold, recklessly bold. But boldness can be dangerous. We must observe them closely. Their refusal will not go unnoticed by others. If they cannot survive the challenges ahead, their defiance may cost them dearly." Despite the Council's astonishment, humans went about their daily lives with surprising calm. They were aware of the risks. Some aliens might try to intimidate them. Others might see Earth as a threat. But humans had a secret advantage: adaptability. While the galaxy underestimated them, humans relied on ingenuity, creativity, and cooperation. They had survived countless challenges on their own planet, and they would face this one in the same way. Scientists began studying the incoming alien ships. Engineers worked on technology that could interact with the visitors' systems. Military leaders devised strategies not for submission, but for defense. Humanity's best minds collaborated openly, using every tool available. Even ordinary citizens joined in, sharing ideas and helping where they could. A global sense of purpose emerged. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council monitored human activity with growing interest. Small drones and observation probes were dispatched, scanning cities, learning about society, technology, and culture. Aliens noted humans' unpredictability. They were unlike any species the Council had encountered. Humans did not respond with fear or obedience. They responded with curiosity, resilience, and innovation. In one corner of Earth's laboratories, Dr. Khatri held up a small device that had been left behind by an alien scout ship. It pulsed with soft blue light. "This is our chance," she said. "We cannot accept their tribute, but we can learn from them. If we study carefully, we may discover ways to protect ourselves and advance our technology safely." Across the globe, humanity began a new chapter. The refusal of tribute was more than a statement, it was a declaration of independence. Humans were telling the galaxy that they would not bow, that they would not be controlled, and that they would define their own destiny. By the end of the first week, the Council's observers had gathered enough data to report back. "They are clever," said Councillor Verne. "They have no fear. They think quickly, act decisively, and communicate as a united species. They are dangerous, in a way. Dangerous to underestimate." The refusal of tribute spread across the galaxy like a shockwave. Other civilizations, long accustomed to the Council's authority, began whispering among themselves. Some laughed at humanity's audacity, others watched with admiration. A few wondered if Earth might change the balance of power in the galaxy. Back on Earth, life continued with a mix of excitement and preparation. Humans did not know what challenges awaited them, but they had made a choice, and they would face the consequences together. Children played under the sun, engineers worked in labs, farmers tended their fields, and leaders planned for what could come. The refusal of tribute was not the end of a story, it was the beginning. And in the depths of space, the Galactic Council realized something important. Humans were unpredictable, capable, and fearless. They could not be ignored. They could not be controlled, and the galaxy would soon learn that when humanity said no, they truly meant it. The stars, silent witnesses to human history for eons, now watched something new. A small blue planet had said no to the mightiest beings in the galaxy. And for the first time, the universe wondered, could humanity survive? Could they thrive? And if they did, how would they reshape the future of the stars? The night sky over Earth remained calm, but below it, a quiet determination burned in every heart. Humans had refused tribute, and the galaxy would never forget it. The days after humanity refused, the Galactic Council's tribute were tense but also filled with quiet excitement. On Earth, people went about their daily lives, but the knowledge that the galaxy was watching them lingered like a constant hum in the background. Scientists, engineers, and leaders knew that their choice had consequences. Yet, humans were not a species to shrink from challenges. They thrived on them. High above the planet, alien observation ships hovered in orbit. They were massive, silent, and perfectly still, like mirrors reflecting the Earth below. From these ships, the Council monitored every signal, every movement, every broadcast. They were testing humanity, measuring responses, and trying to predict what humans might do next. Counselor Viern's voice echoed across the chambers of Thalor Prime. They have refused our offer. We must understand them. How far will they go to protect their independence? Can they survive under pressure? The next steps must be measured carefully. Back on Earth, the first sign of the Council's test came as a minor disturbance in satellite communications. Strange pulses disrupted GPS systems, causing slight delays in navigation. At first, humans thought it was a technical glitch, but scientists quickly identified it as something more deliberate. Dr. Lena Khatri, now leading a global team of researchers, gathered her colleagues in a secure laboratory. "This is no accident," she said. "Someone is watching. We need to find out what they are testing, and we need to respond in a way that keeps humanity safe." Engineers and programmers worked around the clock. They analyzed the signals, attempting to decode them. Some signals were mathematical, almost like a puzzle. Others contained subtle messages, patterns that could hint at alien intentions. It was the first time humanity truly interacted with extraterrestrial intelligence directly, and they approached it as they always did, with curiosity, cooperation, and creativity. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council discussed Earth's response. Counselor Quora noted, "They are curious. Yes. And they are studying our probes. They are adapting quickly. This is unusual. Most species would panic or comply immediately. Humanity is different." As weeks passed, the Council escalated their tests. Small robotic drones were deployed in orbit. They approached Earth cautiously, observing military installations, spaceports, and major cities. Their presence was intimidating, but not hostile. Humans had never seen beings like this, and their reactions became a topic of intense analysis. On Earth, General Marcus Havel oversaw the military's response. Unlike most species in the galaxy, humans did not immediately prepare for war. Instead, they observed, analyzed, and strategized. Defensive measures were strengthened not to attack the Council but to protect humanity if necessary. Earth's space forces increased patrols, and satellites were equipped with sensors capable of detecting alien activity. One night, a small drone accidentally landed near a research facility in New Mexico. It hovered silently above the ground, pulsing with soft blue light. Scientists rushed to examine it. Unlike the Council's larger ships, this drone was manageable. Its surface was smooth, almost organic, yet its design was elegant and precise. "This is incredible," said Dr. Khatri. "If we can understand even part of this technology, we may gain insights that could help us protect ourselves and advance our science safely." The team worked tirelessly. They did not destroy the drone. Instead, they studied it, learning how it powered itself, how it communicated, and how it moved. Slowly, piece by piece, humanity began understanding its functions. They adapted what they could, creating prototypes and simulations. It was the first time humans had turned an alien test into an opportunity. Across the galaxy, the council was watching. Some members grew impatient. Why do they study and adapt instead of submitting? One delegate asked. Why do they refuse to show fear? Most species would beg for safety, Counselor Verne responded calmly. Because they are human. They survive by thinking, by acting, and by cooperating. Fear is not their guide. Curiosity is. They are remarkable. Meanwhile, humans were not only studying alien technology, they were learning about themselves. Global collaboration increased. Scientists, engineers, and leaders from every nation worked together in ways that had never been seen before. Old rivalries faded in the face of a common goal: protecting Earth and proving humanity's resilience. Then, an unexpected event happened. One of the Council's larger observation ships attempted a subtle maneuver near Earth's communication satellites. It was not an attack, but the movement interfered with global signals, causing short disruptions. Humans interpreted it as a test of vigilance. Without panic, Earth's engineers responded. Satellite networks were rerouted. Communication systems adapted in real time. Humanity had not been threatened, they had been challenged, and they had risen to meet it. News of the event spread quickly, and people across the planet felt a mix of awe and pride. Humanity had faced the unknown and had not faltered. The Council observed silently, analyzing human behavior. They adapt quickly, said Counselor Quara. They think creatively. They do not panic. They coordinate in ways few species can. This is dangerous. Not because they are violent, but because they are capable. As the weeks turned into months, humanity's ingenuity became even more apparent. Engineers developed methods to communicate with the drones, using light patterns and sound vibrations. They began predicting drone behavior, even controlling some functions without harming the machines. Every small success became a symbol of human determination and cleverness. One evening, Dr. Khatri addressed a team of young engineers and scientists. Remember, she said, we are not here to fight. We are here to learn, to adapt, and to show that humanity does not bow. We do not submit, but we do not destroy what we can understand. This is who we are. Her words inspired the team. Across Earth, similar messages echoed. Humans understood that their independence was not just about refusing tribute, it was about proving they could thrive without fear, intimidation, or surrender. The Galactic Council grew increasingly intrigued. Delegates began holding debates about Earth. Some argued that humans must be controlled before they became a threat. Others suggested observation and diplomacy instead. The unpredictability of humanity was unlike anything they had encountered before. Most species would have panicked, fled, or complied. Humans did none of these things. Then, a major turning point occurred. An alien probe sent toward one of Earth's space stations malfunctioned and was captured intact by human engineers. The Council expected destruction, retaliation, or panic. Instead, humans carefully secured the probe, analyzed it, and integrated minor, non-critical technologies into simulations. The incident demonstrated not only intelligence but restraint, creativity, and patience. Counselor Verne addressed the chamber of Thalor Prime. They have captured our probe and learned from it without destruction. They did not panic. They did not act aggressively. They are extraordinary. I have never seen a species respond to tests in such a way. Meanwhile, on Earth, people began feeling the wider implications. Humanity's refusal to give tribute was no longer a local or political event. It was a statement to the galaxy. Humans were showing that intelligence, cooperation, and ingenuity were as powerful as fleets of ships or advanced weapons. Leaders from Earth convened to discuss the next steps. We cannot underestimate the Council, said President Elena Vasquez, but we also cannot let fear dictate our actions. Humanity has survived countless challenges. We will continue to adapt, learn, and grow. This is our strength. General Havel added, our military readiness must remain, but our greatest asset is not firepower. It is our mind. We must continue to innovate, to outthink challenges, and to demonstrate that humanity is capable, resourceful, and united. As months passed, humanity continued to evolve in response to the Council's tests. Engineers developed new propulsion ideas, inspired by alien designs. Scientists simulated alien energy systems to improve Earth-based technology. Citizens participated in public programs to support scientific and defense efforts. Humanity was transforming, not because it was forced to, but because it chose to. The Galactic Council took notice. Delegates whispered among themselves. Some began to admire humanity's creativity and courage. Others feared it. "They are not just survivors," said Councillor Quora. "They are innovators. And innovation on this scale is unpredictable. It can change everything." And so, the challenge continued. The Council tested, humans adapted, and the galaxy watched in awe and uncertainty. For the first time, a species had faced the mightiest beings in the galaxy and had not submitted, fled, or panicked. Humans had turned observation into opportunity, intimidation into inspiration, and tests into lessons. Earth had become more than a planet. It was a symbol of resilience, intelligence, and the courage to face the unknown. And the galaxy was beginning to realize something important. Humanity was not just a species to watch. Humanity was a species to respect. For the first time, the stars seemed a little closer. Humanity had refused to bow. And now they were proving that they could stand tall, think clearly, and adapt without fear. The challenge of the Galactic Council had become an opportunity, and humans were ready to seize it. The months following humanity's refusal of tribute had changed the Earth in ways no one could have predicted. Scientists, engineers, and leaders worked tirelessly, not only to understand the Galactic Council's technology, but also to prepare for a future in which humanity would no longer be just a small, isolated species. Across the globe, cities buzzed with new energy, research facilities expanded, and space programs accelerated. Humanity was transforming itself from a single-planet species into a contender among the stars. One morning, news came from the orbiting observation ships. The Council was planning a direct demonstration. Not a threat, but a test of capability. A Council delegation would arrive near Earth to witness how humans might defend and operate in space. For the first time, humanity had the chance to show the galaxy what they could do. In a high-security conference room, President Elena Vasquez addressed the Council of Earth's leaders. "This is our moment," she said. "The Council wants to see what we are capable of. We do not need to bow or fear them. We need to show who we are. Our strength is in our unity, our courage, and our creativity. Let us demonstrate it." General Marcus Havel nodded. "We will not fight unnecessarily, but we will show our readiness, our strategy, and our intelligence. Humans do not surrender. Humans do not panic. Humans innovate." The project that would become the demonstration of humanity's ingenuity was ambitious. Engineers adapted propulsion technology inspired by the alien drones. Satellites were equipped with advanced defense systems, not to attack, but to demonstrate resilience and skill. Scientists developed communication systems capable of sending signals that could match and even outsmart the Council's drones. Months of preparation culminated in a historic moment. The human fleet, though small by galactic standards, launched beyond Earth's orbit. Ships glided silently, some carrying instruments to study cosmic radiation, others ready to simulate defense maneuvers. It was not a show of aggression, it was a show of intelligence, coordination, and capability. The Council observed in silence. The humans moved with a precision and creativity that few civilizations had ever achieved. Ships deployed in formations that balanced efficiency with flexibility. Simulations of potential alien maneuvers were run and countered in real time. Every move was calculated, every action thoughtful. "This is remarkable," whispered Councillor Quora. "They are not just following orders or reacting. They are thinking, adapting, and creating solutions in ways that we have rarely seen. It is beautiful in its complexity. On Earth, people watched the demonstration live. Citizens cheered as ships launched, satellites adjusted, and simulations succeeded. Children in classrooms drew pictures of the human fleet, imagining humanity among the stars. Scientists smiled, knowing their efforts had produced something historic, and leaders felt a quiet pride humanity was standing tall. Then, an unexpected event occurred. One of the human ships detected an anomaly in space. A small, wandering object moving at an unusual speed. It was not hostile, but it was foreign. Using quick thinking, the crew analyzed its trajectory and deployed a small probe to study it. The probe transmitted data in real time, showing the object's unusual composition and movement patterns. "This is what makes humans unique," said Dr. Khatri, watching the data from Earth. While others might panic or destroy the object, humans are curious. They study, they adapt, and they learn. That is our strength. The demonstration had another effect. It drew the attention of other civilizations in the galaxy. Many had long relied on the Council's authority to guide emerging species. They were surprised humans were not bowing, not hiding, not begging for protection. They were asserting their independence with intelligence and creativity. Among the stars, alliances began to form quietly. Some species, impressed by humanity's courage and ingenuity, began sending subtle communications of respect. They did not offer control or commands, they offered collaboration. Humans were beginning to influence the galaxy, not through submission, but through action. Within the Council, debates grew heated. "We cannot let them continue unchecked," said one member. "They are too unpredictable. They may destabilize the order we have maintained for millennia." Councillor Verne responded calmly. "Unpredictable, yes, but also capable, intelligent, and disciplined. They have the potential to reshape how emerging species are treated. Perhaps we should observe, not punish. They may teach us as much as we attempt to teach them." Back on Earth, humanity continued to adapt and innovate. Engineers developed new energy systems inspired by alien designs. Scientists simulated interstellar travel, even as the human fleet expanded its capabilities. Ordinary citizens contributed through education, research, and global collaboration. Humanity was no longer waiting for the galaxy, it was preparing to meet it on its own terms. Then came the first formal communication from an alien species outside the Council. A small, insectoid species called the Talari sent a message through secure channels. "We have watched your actions. You are bold. You are clever. You do not submit. We wish to learn from you." The message spread quickly through Earth's networks. It was a moment of pride and realization. Humanity was not just surviving under pressure, it was earning respect across the stars. The Council noticed the communication. "They are forming connections," said Councillor Quora. "Other civilizations are acknowledging them. This was not expected. Humans are influencing the galaxy." As weeks passed, more messages arrived. Some were cautious, others admiring. Humans responded carefully, offering collaboration and friendship, but never submission. Every interaction reinforced their message. Humanity would earn its place in the galaxy, but on its own terms. The Galactic Council decided to test humanity further. They sent a fleet near the outer edges of the solar system not to attack, but to observe humans' response. The fleet's presence was massive, casting shadows over Earth's distant satellites. Many species would have panicked at such an overwhelming presence. Humanity did not. Using advanced sensors and strategic planning, the human fleet maneuvered with precision. Ships adjusted trajectories, communicated in complex patterns, and deployed simulations to anticipate potential actions. Every movement was deliberate, every decision carefully calculated. Councillor Vierne spoke quietly to other delegates. "Observe their composure. They do not panic. They do not flee. They do not attack blindly. They think. They adapt. This is why they are dangerous, in the best sense." They can change the balance of power not through violence, but through intelligence and innovation. Back on Earth, Dr. Khatri and her team had made a breakthrough. By studying the Council's drones and observation systems, humans had developed new methods of propulsion, energy efficiency, and communication. These advancements were not merely for defense, they were for exploration. Humanity was preparing to reach the stars not because they were forced to, but because they chose to. The turning point came when humanity conducted a coordinated interstellar demonstration. A small fleet of human ships traveled beyond the solar system to a nearby asteroid field. There, they performed maneuvers that balanced safety, exploration, and resource acquisition. Alien observers, including members of the Council, were astonished. Humans had not only prepared, they had excelled. For the first time, some Council members admitted admiration. "They are not reckless," said Councillor Quora. "They are precise, innovative, and thoughtful. They are shaping their destiny with intelligence and courage. Perhaps we underestimated them." The demonstration also inspired hope among other species. Many had lived under the Council's strict rules for centuries. Seeing humans act with independence, intelligence, and collaboration encouraged whispers of change. Perhaps the galaxy did not need submission to thrive. Perhaps innovation and courage could shape a new order. On Earth, the citizens celebrated quietly, not with noise or spectacle, but with the pride of knowing they were part of something historic. Humanity had faced the challenge of the Council and emerged not just unbroken, but stronger, wiser, and more capable. President Vasquez addressed the world. "Today, humanity has proven that courage, intelligence, and unity can overcome fear and uncertainty. We do not bow. We do not surrender. We face challenges with wisdom and creativity. This is who we are. And this is only the beginning." The galaxy, once confident that tribute and submission maintained order, was learning a new lesson. Humanity could not be controlled. Humanity could not be predicted easily, but humanity could inspire, innovate, and thrive. And somewhere in the distant stars, the first quiet alliances were forming. Species that valued creativity, independence, and courage reached out to humanity, not to command, but to collaborate. Humans were becoming a force not through domination, but through example. For the first time, Earth was not just a planet. It was a symbol. A symbol of what a species could achieve when it refused to bow, when it embraced ingenuity, and when it worked together. Humanity's turning point had arrived. The galaxy would remember it. The galaxy had changed in ways no one had predicted. Humanity, once a small and seemingly ordinary species, had risen to prominence not through submission or fear, but through courage, intelligence, and creativity. The refusal of the Galactic Council's tribute had started it all, and the months that followed had proven humanity's resilience. Now, it was time for recognition. On Earth, preparations were underway for the most important event in human history. A delegation from the Galactic Council, along with representatives from other civilizations who had quietly allied with Earth, would arrive in orbit for a formal ceremony. This would mark humanity's official place in the galaxy not as a subordinate species, but as equals among civilizations. President Elena Vasquez addressed the world. "We have faced challenges, learned from them, and grown stronger. Today, humanity will meet the galaxy, not with fear, not with submission, but with pride. We stand ready to contribute, to collaborate, and to lead through innovation and cooperation. Our message is simple. Humanity earns its place through action, courage, and integrity." In orbit, the alien ships arrived with grandeur. Their sizes and shapes varied, some massive and reflective, others small and sleek. Beings of countless forms observed humanity from the safety of their vessels. The Council watched, cautious but curious, waiting to see how humans would respond. General Marcus Havel oversaw the deployment of Earth's fleet. The ships moved gracefully, not as weapons, but as symbols of capability and discipline. Satellites and stations transmitted messages of welcome and collaboration. Humanity was sending a clear signal. They were prepared, They were capable, and they were ready to engage as equals. The first communication came from Counselor Vierne, speaking from a holographic projection that appeared above Earth's space station. People of Earth, your actions over the past months have surprised the galaxy. Your ingenuity, courage, and unity are remarkable. We acknowledge your refusal of tribute and recognize your independence. Today, we formally invite humanity to join the Galactic Assembly as contributing members, not as subjects. The words echoed across Earth. Citizens cheered. Children laughed and pointed at the sky. Scientists, engineers, and leaders smiled quietly, knowing how far humanity had come. Humanity's refusal of tribute, once considered audacious, had led to respect and recognition from the most powerful civilizations in the galaxy. Dr. Lena Khatri stepped forward to address the delegation. "We accept your invitation," she said. "But know this. Humanity contributes not for glory, not for favor, but because we believe in collaboration, innovation, and learning. We will work with the galaxy as equals, not as followers. Together, we can explore, understand, and create." Among the observing civilizations, some whispered in admiration, while others studied humans with newfound respect. The audacity, resilience, and creativity of humanity had set a new standard. Species that had followed the Council unquestioningly now reconsidered their own paths. Perhaps independence, courage, and ingenuity were just as valuable as tradition and authority. The ceremony continued. Aliens and humans alike participated in discussions, sharing knowledge and exchanging ideas. Human engineers demonstrated advanced propulsion techniques developed from studying alien drones. Scientists presented innovations in energy, communication, and materials science. Citizens from all over Earth participated virtually, contributing questions and ideas. Humanity's presence was not just symbolic, it was active, vibrant, and meaningful. Then came the moment of first alliances. Small groups of alien species, previously hesitant to engage with Earth, formally requested cooperative agreements. They wished to collaborate on exploration missions, share knowledge, and jointly develop technology. Humanity welcomed them, offering guidance and partnership, but always on equal terms. One of the first joint projects involved an interstellar research station near a nearby star system. Humans and their allies worked together to study cosmic phenomena, exchange scientific methods, and develop new technologies. Humanity's unique approach, curiosity, problem-solving, and careful innovation proved invaluable. Counselor Quora addressed the assembly. Humans have not only survived challenges, they have set an example. They are teaching the galaxy that courage and intelligence can shape destiny. They are not the strongest species in terms of raw power, but they are formidable through unity, creativity, and resilience. Back on Earth, children looked up at the night sky with wonder. The stars seemed closer now. Humanity had stepped onto a path that would lead to exploration, discovery, and contribution. The message was clear. Humans would not bow, but they would build. They would not fear, but they would create. They would not submit, but they would inspire. The Galactic Council, once cautious and uncertain, now recognized humanity as a model for emerging species. New policies were drafted to encourage independence, innovation, and collaboration across the galaxy. The lessons from Earth's defiance and ingenuity would influence generations to come. President Vasquez addressed the global population once more. Today, humanity stands among the stars as equals. This recognition is not the end of our journey, it is the beginning. Together, we will explore, innovate, and collaborate. We will earn respect not through fear or tribute, but through action, courage, and intelligence. Humanity has shown the galaxy what it means to stand tall. Humanity's first interstellar mission under the new agreements was soon underway. A fleet of ships, carrying scientists, engineers, and explorers, left Earth for distant systems. These missions were peaceful, focused on knowledge and discovery. Humans did not seek conquest, but understanding. They did not seek tribute, but collaboration. And in doing so, they inspired hope and respect across the galaxy. The galaxy watched as humans expanded their influence not through power, but through wisdom and ingenuity. Other species began to adopt similar methods of collaboration and innovation. The balance of the galaxy was slowly shifting not through fear or force, but through the example set by one small, courageous species. On Earth, life continued, but with a new sense of purpose. Citizens understood that their actions mattered not only for their planet, but for the entire galaxy. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, children dreamed boldly, and leaders planned carefully. Humanity had earned its place among the stars, and now they were ready to help shape the future. The stars above seemed brighter than ever. Humanity had faced the greatest challenge of its existence, and had emerged not only unbroken, but stronger, wiser, and more respected. The refusal of tribute had been the first step, and now humanity's place in the galaxy was secure. As humans looked to the stars, they understood something profound. Independence was not just a right, it was a responsibility. Courage was not just a trait, it was a path to greatness. And innovation was not just a tool, it was a way to inspire, to lead, and to build a better future. The Galactic Council, the allied species, and even skeptics across the galaxy began to see it clearly. Humans were not just a young species, they were a symbol. A symbol of what could be achieved when courage, intelligence, and cooperation guided a civilization. And so, humanity's journey continued. The first interstellar colonies were established, scientific missions flourished, and alliances strengthened. The galaxy had learned a powerful lesson. When humans say no, they mean it. And when humans act, they inspire. For Earth and for the galaxy, the future had never been brighter. Humanity's story was not just one of defiance. It was one of courage, ingenuity, and hope. The refusal of tribute had been the spark, and now the flame of human potential burned across the stars. The first chapter of humanity's galactic story had ended. But the next was only beginning. And the message was clear to all who watched. Humans do not bow. Humans do not fear. Humans build, they explore, and they inspire. The stars themselves seemed to shine in acknowledgement of a species that had dared to stand tall, to face the unknown, and to define its destiny. Humanity had earned its place among the galaxy, and the universe would never forget it.